So you could imagine that you people already have an advantage of almost 8 to 9 months over a number of your competitors who would be preparing for the 2024 examination. So you have a significant lead, but it should not be like the hare and the tortoise kind of a story, that you became the hare in that particular story and you decide that, you know, we are going to just relax because we have more time at our hands. Because you have more time at your hands, it's going to be slightly difficult for you. Also, what you need to understand is, because you will have to maintain this momentum of preparing for the examination for next 18 months or maybe a bit longer, perhaps leading up to the mains examination in 2024, which would happen in the month of September. You would almost have 2 years from the date you have started to prepare for this examination, almost 2 years. So to maintain motivation and to maintain that consistency, to maintain that discipline, as well as to keep telling yourself that you know, this too shall pass, it can be a bit difficult at times. So you need to be well aware of that as well. Even though you have a lot of time which is there at your disposal, but do not waste this time. Do not misuse this time. You utilize this time as much as possible to enhance your preparation, to add more to your personality, to learn more on a daily basis. And whatever be the result, I always say this, that the fact that you people have decided to take a plunge, take that leap of faith to prepare for this examination. I'm sure that some of you may have left jobs, some of you may have left opportunities to go for higher education, some of you may have given up opportunities to take up jobs or to take up some kind of activities further in your career. So there is a certain amount of opportunity cost which is involved in preparing for this examination, and this time of your life are some of the most crucial years of your life. Try to add the maximum amount of value to yourself in terms of what you become as a part of preparation for this examination. So I congratulate all of you to begin and to think in that direction to prepare for this examination. And why I say that is because I believe that Indian education system intrinsically is broken to a certain extent, and right from schooling to the college, even the best of the colleges that you people may have been to, I can tell you that you possibly would not have got that all-round education which is required for the growth and personality of any individual. This examination, I hope that you have realized it over the period of last 1 month or so, gives you that particular platform to learn, to grow, to become a better individual, to become a better citizen, to become a more knowledgeable person, irrespective of whether you will crack this examination or not. You should also be well aware of this fact that this examination is highly competitive and not everyone is going to get through this examination. It's the hard, bitter truth of this examination. Out of 10 lakh people, those who appear in this exam, round about 700 to 1000 make it to the merit list every year, which basically means that the selection ratio of 1 in 1,000. So the possibility is that none of you, those who are watching the classes online and those who are sitting here in the class, may get selected after attending all these classes and doing whatever you can. Why am I telling you this at the beginning of the classes itself? Why am I trying to give you this perspective? This is not to discourage you. This is not to demotivate you. This is not to tell you that you will not get through this examination. This is to just highlight to you the very simple fact that the probability of you getting through this examination is loaded against you. I think this laptop is getting discharged, or I don't know. हाँ, laptop बंद होने वाला है, उनको बोल दो एक बार please आप. So the probability of you getting through this examination is far lesser as compared to you failing in this examination. 1 in 1,000, which basically means 999 chances are that you will fail in this examination. The reason why I say that is that you should be mentally prepared for any kind of outcome and result as a part of this examination. Yes, you should aim for the stars. Yes, your preparation should be in such a manner so that you can get the maximum out of your preparation. You can add the maximum amount of value in the limited amount of time that you're going to be preparing for this examination. But why I say this is because I personally believe that if you want to be successful in this examination, which may seem a bit ironic, if you want to be successful in this examination, then work without the desire of getting any results in this exam. It's very, very important. So I very strongly believe in the Nishkam Karma of Mahabharata, of the Gita, and you also should try to make that as a philosophy while preparing for this examination. What that will do is that it will take the pressure off you in terms of what the outcome is going to be. Do not unnecessarily try to force this into your mind that I have to get through or I will get through or whatever. I mean, you may have a different psychological process. If you want to do that, that is fine. But I personally believe that what you should be focusing on is making your schedule and a plan, which should be a quarterly plan, which should be a monthly plan, which should be a weekly plan, and then broken down into a daily plan. Focus on achieving your daily tasks properly. Focus on achieving your daily targets. That should be the outcome which you should be focused on. You should be focused on getting result on a daily basis. That have I achieved what I have set as a target for myself for today? If you are able to do that, if you are able to follow your plan, if you are able to follow your schedule on a daily basis, on everyday basis, believe me, you are going to do well in this exam. But if you are going to focus on the result, if you are going to analyze what is going to happen, if you are going to unnecessarily bog yourself down with all those thoughts that this person is prepared so much, he knows so much, she knows so much, I don't know so much, this person is able to answer this particular question in the class, his absorption is more, mine is less. Look at the kind of questions which are being asked. What will happen? Am I even good enough to prepare for this examination? Do I have the credentials to be able to successfully qualify this examination? Chances are you will be under a lot of stress and anxiety, and as a result of that, even if you end up qualifying this examination, you would not be in a good mental space. So my only suggestion to you, if you want to remain mentally fit, if you want to ensure that you are positive throughout the preparation of this examination, just follow daily targets. Just set daily targets for yourself and take pride, be happy about achieving those daily targets. That is what you should be focusing on, rather than focusing on what is going to happen 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 years or 2 years or 4 years after. And do not be focusing on those kind of things. Do not be looking at the past as well. I always tell this to all the candidates preparing for this examination. It does not matter how good a student you were in school or college. It does not matter how many marks you got in 5th class, how many marks you got in 10th class or the 12th grade, or in the college, what was your CGPA or what was your percentage, whether you passed with distinction. None of this matters to the UPSC. Whether you went to IIT or whether you went to AIMS or whether you went to LSR and an SRCC or a Stephens, you may have been to some of the best colleges in the country. It does not matter. You may have been educated through open learning. You may have attended school or college through open learning, which also is perfectly fine, because this examination begins at a clean slate. It begins at a level playing field for each and every one of you. Each and every one of you has the capability to crack this examination. The only condition is that you should be not too focused on the result, but focused on you and yourself and what you can do on a daily basis. This examination has a lot of uncertain factors which decide the outcome in this exam. You should not be unnecessarily wasting your time and energy on those things, because they are beyond your control. Focus on what is in your hands. So, and I can tell you one thing for sure, when you people will get out of this examination cycle, once you would have finished preparing for this examination, if you have prepared diligently, if you are prepared properly, whether or not you get selected in the civil services, but one thing is going to be sure, that you will be much better placed to take up any job, to do any kind of work, to start any business, to be a part of any startup, to be a part of any organization, to be successful in your career. Your chances would be much higher as compared to anyone else, because this examination, in terms of the kind of exposure which it gives you, which you must have realized over last 1.5 months, is unparalleled in the Indian education system. You would get exposed to the Indian economy, you would get exposed to the Indian politics, you would get exposed to Indian history, you would get exposed to world history, you would get exposed to the world economics, how it works, you would get exposed to the latest developments in science and technology, environment. You would understand society in a much better manner. You would be able to add a lot of value and perspective to yourself, broaden your horizons, and I have personally interviewed more than 5,000 candidates for different positions for which I have hired over my entire professional career of last 10, 12 years or so. And I can tell you that I have always found people, those who have prepared for civil services examination, to be much more knowledgeable and to be having a much more comprehensive view of the issues, whatever tasks that they are given, as compared to those who have not. So I can tell you and I can assure you, whatever be the outcome of this exam, you will definitely be a better person, a better citizen, a better employable resource as compared to any other person who would be your competitor who is not preparing for this exam. That I can give it to you in writing.